Here are 4 microphones that are sold today, and they're different price ranges, but they're all under $500. And these are the microphones that I would consider if I was doing a podcast, or I was a Twitch streamer, or in my case, I just want the best quality audio I could get for web conferences, whether that's through Zoom or through Skype or through FaceTime. I just wanted to find, since I'm on online virtual conferences or virtual meetings so often nowadays, I wanted the best USB microphone that I could find, that I could afford. Under $500 was my budget range, and this also sort of includes the digital to analog to digital interface that you're going to need, because these, with the exception of this microphone here, these are all XLR microphones. So you need a way to get that analog signal into your computer when you're doing your virtual meetings. But if you're podcasting and you're recording on an audio recorder, like a Zoom audio recorder with XLR, you don't need to worry about this. So in this case, I'm going to do a comparison with all of these microphones using the Shure MV7. The Shure MV7, if you don't, I already reviewed this, and I'll put a link to that review in this video in the description section. And this is a great device. It's under $100. It's a digital audio interface, analog to digital interface, and it has one XLR and one headphone jack, and it's just USB, regular USB power. And it could add phantom power if you want phantom power, but these mics don't require phantom power. And it has adjustable presets for equalization depending on what you're doing with it. I use it for dialogue mode most often because I find that to be the best for the voice when I'm just talking. So I'm going to test all of these mics using this Shure MV7. I'm going to record it via my Mac using just some Mac audio software, and I will compare these microphones together. Right here, this is the Shure Beta 58A. The Shure 58 is iconic with live performances for bands. This is a perfect live performance microphone, and I've used this for live performance. It's a great microphone. Compared to the regular 58, the iconic 58, this one picks up more audio. It's more sensitive, and I find it more durable as well. And this is kind of my base test. This runs about, let's see, $160 American, depending on where you go. The next microphone has been out for a very long time. This is the Rode Procaster, and this runs about $230. It comes with this clip here that you can connect to a regular microphone stand or a boom arm, and you can get accessories for this, like this windscreen here, which is, I think this was like $20, or you can add your own windscreen. I'm going to test these without any windscreens on. That doesn't come with the microphone. This one does. Whatever comes with the microphone, I'm going to test it. And this is a fairly heavy podcast microphone. That's what it was designed for. I think it's the heaviest of all the microphones here, and it's been around for a very long time. It's only XLR, just like the Shure Beta 58A. The newer microphone out of all these this is the newest microphone right here. This one is the Shure MV7, not to be confused with the famous 7B, I believe. The Shure, the podcasting mic that everybody has. If you look at any of the higher end podcasts, you'll see them have the Shure, the 7B. This is the MV7, which is the digital version of that microphone. It's not as good. It's a very different microphone. It's cheaper. This one is around $250, and it's both USB and analog XLR. I'm going to test this with the XLR. I've already done videos with this testing the USB feature, so if you want to see that, I'll leave the description. I'll leave that link in the description below. And I've also included, it comes with a different windscreen. This is the windscreen that is actually for the 7B. It fits the SM7V. And the final one, and this is my latest purchase that I just got. This is the Electrovoice RE20, which has been around for a very, very, very long time. This is also iconic with the like the Shure here. This is your radio mic. A lot of radio broadcasters have used this mic for years, and I finally acquired this. This is about $450 by itself, so it's the most expensive out of all of these microphones here, and it's XLR only. And this, I also got it with a windscreen, but out of all these mics, this definitely doesn't need a windscreen. It has a built-in windscreen here, so you can just use it bare, just like it is. But this is always been, I was lusting after this microphone for years, and I finally just bought it because I found a deal on it, and I got it. And I want to test this amongst these ones. I'm already assuming that this is going to be the best quality out of all these microphones, but when it comes to versatility, I've already reviewed the Shure MV7, and this is, I would say this is the most versatile when it comes to podcasting or web, any virtual audio needs you need. This has a built-in analog to digital converter in it, and it comes with an app that's free for Mac and Windows that helps you adjust the settings. I'm not going to go through all of the features of this microphone, but I already know out of all these microphones, this one's the most versatile, and I would recommend this generally for any type of use. Okay, so now you're hearing the Shure Beta 58A. I'm having it right up to my mouth. I'm hand holding it, and I'm recording all of this audio into Audacity, which is an audio software, and I'm going to sync it up to this camera right now. And you're listening to the dialogue preset in the Shure MV7. I really like the Shure MV7's preset for the dialogue. It equalizes the vocal, and it makes it punchier. So it removes the low end and it removes the high end. So it just focuses on the midtones of the voice. And now you're listening to the Shure Beta 58. I'm going to handle the microphone a little bit. I was over-exaggerating handling noise, but you shouldn't hear that much in the Shure Beta 58A because it's designed for live performances where singers will handhold the microphone and move it around. So it's designed to be handheld and to be rough with, very durable, like a tank. And this is what it sounds like. This is the Shure MVI, exact same settings. I didn't touch it at all that I had with the Shure Beta 58. This is the Rode Procaster, and this is what it sounds like. I'm hand-holding it. Normally, this is way too big to hand-hold. You would want this microphone to be mounted on some sort of mount that you wouldn't have to hold, but I'm holding it right now. This is, I have it right up to my mouth, so this is what it also sounds like testing the explosives, the P's and the P, the P, 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 P. That's what it sounds like. It has a built-in pop filter, but it's not as strong as the Electrovoice is, but this is what it sounds like right now. I think this sounds pretty good. It's not as loud as the Shure Beta 58. The Beta 58 is exceptional when it comes to live sound straight from the microphone. This one right here, the Procaster, it requires a little bit more amplification, which I'll do in post just to normalize everything. But this is what it sounds like. It's a dynamic microphone, but it does require a little bit more juice to make it sound, to amplify the sound. I think it sounds pretty good for the price that it costs. It's been around for a long time. It's very reliable, and this is the Rode Procaster, right up to my mouth. Now we have the Shure MV7. I'm talking to the Shure MV7 right now. It has the exact same settings as the other two microphones that I just tested. I'm very close to the microphone. I have the windscreen on right now. I'm going to adjust the audio a little bit because this is even less sensitive than the Rode Procaster using the XLR. Using the USB, I think it's more sensitive because you have the advantage of the digital, whatever the digital amplification chips are in this microphone. But just using the analog and using it bare bones with the Shure MVI, I'm noticing right now that it's not as strong as the Procaster, and definitely not as strong as the Shure Beta 58. The Beta 58 seems to be the hottest microphone natively without any amplification so far. But this is what it sounds like. I am right up. My mouth is right on the tip of this microphone. Again, I'm using a windscreen that doesn't come with this Shure. It comes with the other, the 7B. But with the included windscreen, it's comparable. Not as good as this one, but it's comparable. And this is what it sounds like. I am very happy with this sound once it's with amplified. But this is what it sounds natively flat, just like all the past two microphones. Now we're on the Electrovoice RE20. This is the Electrovoice RE20. I've tested all these other microphones. I'm plugged into the Shure MVI. It's the exact same dialogue preset settings. I haven't touched it from these other microphones. I'm hand-holding this microphone. I have it really close to my mouth right now, and I'm talking directly to it, so you can hear all the plosives, the Peter Piker pip, pulla, pulla, pip, pa, 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 pa. You hear all the P's, and usually when that P sounds, it's distorted, and there's the P sound distorts the microphone, and it doesn't really on these microphones. These are all designed to counteract the P sounds. And the Electrovoice RE20 is especially good at counteracting the P sounds. This microphone, as far as the volume goes and the sensitivity, I would say this is about similar to the MV7, how the MV7 captures the audio as far as the sensitivity. The Procaster is I think better at the sensitivity than the RE20, and the Shure Beta 58 is the best when it comes to microphone sensitivity. The RE20 should sound, well, I don't know how it sounds exactly because it's hard to tell in this live testing, but it should sound better because it's $450. So $450 is almost double than all of these other microphones. So just based on the price, it should sound better. And it's iconic because it's just a long-lasting radio broadcast microphone that many broadcasters, professional broadcasters, have used over the years. So this is what it sounds like, the RE20. Now you can get a sense of what each of these microphones sound like. Again, I think the Shure MV7 is the most versatile and the better buy if you were deciding on trying to pick what kind of microphone you want for your podcast
or your radio show or your whatever your live stream is, I would lean towards the Shure MV7. And when you get the MV7, the benefit is you don't even need the MVI here. This has its own analog to digital converter built in with its own with its own app. So you don't need anything extra. But this is what it sounds like, and that's the test.